Hi again, I'm Rahma Alia and you're watching See Today Updates, special coverage from the 42nd ASEAN Summit 2023 in Labuan Bajo. Now, the two-day summit has been concluded today through a press conference by our President Joko Widodo at the Media Center of the summit in Bintang Flores Hotel in Labuan Bajo. Now, the two-day summit has been evolved around the issues of stability, peace, and prosperity. Other than that, it also addressed current issues such as Myanmar's resolution for peace, as well as the roadmap for the accession of Timor-Leste to become a full member of ASEAN. And now to know the latest details on the press conference, as a conclusion for the summit, we'll be joining our team, Andira Putri and Nico Arianto at the Media Center. Andira, what do you have on the latest as the conclusion for the summit?
Bintang Flores Resort where around 15. Yes, Alia, so we're at Bintang Flores Resort where around 15 minutes ago, President Joko Widodo has just finished delivering his press statement regarding the result of 42nd ASEAN Summit. So the President was accompanied by the Foreign Affairs Minister, Retno Marsudi, as well as the State Secretary Minister, Pratikno. And there are the President mentioned that the whole summit has been done like smooth, and also it's a success. And also he mentioned that all of the ASEAN leaders shared a close bond with each other, and because they wanted to have the similar vision to engage and also to push for ASEAN to be epicentrum of growth, just like this year's theme. And among the things that the President mentioned during his praise statement, there are three important things that he has been mentioned, which is also have been discussed throughout the summit, throughout in other meetings aside from the leader summit. The first one is regarding the migrant workers protection, where the ASEAN leaders shared their commitment in continuously have a strict sanction towards people who have done violated these migrant workers. And also aside from that, the President talked about the economic collaboration, where he ensured that the ASEAN will work together to build the electric vehicles ecosystem, as well as push the digital connectivity between countries. And however, the high portion of the today's press statement is regarding the Myanmar issue. So President Joko Widodo was really clear. He was really stern in stating Indonesia as well as ASEAN position regarding Myanmar. So he mentioned that Indonesia is ready to talk with the ruling authority in Myanmar, as well with other stakeholders in Myanmar. The President stated that this is not only about the ruling authority, because in Myanmar there are a lot of stakeholders, and the President stated that Indonesia continuously do this. Indonesia continuously to have a conversation with the stakeholder, and also to engage more with them to be able to solve the issue in Myanmar. So aside from that, once again, he mentioned that this is violations regarding the human rights that could not be tolerated. And yes, earlier today he mentioned that there hasn't been much progress regarding the 5-point consensus. However, just like what have been aided by the Foreign Affairs Ministry, Retno Marsudi, also at the press briefing, she mentioned that despite that there hasn't been major progress, it didn't mean that the Indonesia as well as other ASEAN countries will stop regarding to push for the 5-point consensus. Will continue to be able to do this. And also the President Widodo also confirmed that according to leaders' decision, to the ASEAN leaders' decision, Myanmar was not invited to the political level meeting. This is also a follow-up like what have been mentioned by President Joko Widodo as well as the Foreign Affairs Minister Retno Marsudi several days before, that for this ASEAN summit, they have agreed that they invited the representative from Myanmar, but not on the political level. And to know more about the details regarding President Joko Widodo press briefing, here is his statement.
Good afternoon. Alhamdulillah, praise be to God that the 42nd ASEAN Summit has been successfully convened and with great results. Indonesia wants to see a strong ASEAN that is able to face challenges, responsive towards dynamics, and that continues to play a central role in the region. Therefore, yesterday, I invited all leaders to sail together on the Finisi boat to create a relaxed and family atmosphere, because indeed ASEAN is indeed one family. They have strong ties. The unity is very important to sail towards a common destination, to create ASEAN as an epicentrum of growth and a region of peace, stability, and prosperity. Several important conclusions of this summit include, first, issues that affect the interests of the people gain the greatest attention from the leaders, including the protection of migrant workers and victims of human trafficking. And I called upon all ASEAN countries to hold all main perpetrators accountable. Second, on Myanmar, violations against the values of humanity cannot be tolerated. And the 5-point consensus mandated ASEAN to engage with all stakeholders. Inclusivity must be held on tight by ASEAN because ASEAN's credibility is being questioned. And Indonesia is ready to engage with anyone, including the junta and all stakeholders in Myanmar, for the sake of humanity. And what I would like to underline is that engagement is not recognition. Making engagement does not mean giving recognition, so that I conveyed during the meeting that ASEAN's unity is very important. Without unity, it will be much easier for other parties to break up ASEAN, and I am convinced that not one, I repeat, I am convinced that not one country in ASEAN would like to see that. There cannot be a party within or outside ASEAN that can gain benefits from internal strife in Myanmar. Violence must end. Next, on economic cooperation, ASEAN agrees to develop the electric vehicle ecosystem and become an important part of the global supply chain. Therefore, industry downstreaming becomes key. Furthermore, the implementation of local currencies and digital payment connectivity amongst countries was agreed to be strengthened. This is in line with ASEAN's central foundation so that ASEAN can become stronger and independent. That is all that I wish to convey. Thank you.
Once again, just like what President Joko Widodo has just stated, is that he stressed it like twice. As a main point, he mentioned that there is no ASEAN countries that wanted to about the conflicts in Myanmar, and also there is no ASEAN countries who try to take advantages from the internal conflicts. The violence has to stop, the citizens has to be protected, and also ASEAN commitment remain firm to have the people of Myanmar through humanitarian assistance, and also no one should be left behind in the ASEAN state. Back to the studio.
Andira Putri, thank you so much for the latest updates. And for today, the heads of states are all scheduled to leave the island, but they will gather again next September 2023 for the next round of the summit. My name is Rahma Alia, and that's See Today Updates for now. We'll be back on the 3-hour news show. Stay tuned on the See Today program.